7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
My name is Joseph Arrington, and I play the drums.
Thank you.
Did you say your whole name right there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am Michael Franzino, and I play guitar.
I'm Ben, and I play guitar.
I'm Corey Lockwood, and I sing and scream.
And I'm Kurt, and I sing.
And I scream.
Yeah, you scream too.
I scream now.
Give yourself more credit sometimes.
So I have a cough.
Okay. What was the process like writing and recording No Place in comparison to Conversation Piece?
More difficult.
In what way?
Everything.
Every way.
It was more difficult in every way.
In terms of like,
Conversation piece, we had like 3 weeks to record the entire record, and with this record we had 2 weeks, and still somehow we didn't have enough time to do the
You're
entire
lying.
That's not actually
That's a
true.
bold-faced lie.
Yeah, that's not true.
What?
We're a bunch of liars.
Wait, did I say that backwards?
Yes.
Okay, we had 3 weeks to do conversation piece, but we had 2 months to do the rest. I swear to God, I just said that.
You said 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 months. Oh.
2 months.
Well, whatever you said, you got it on camera now.
Yeah.
Some of us had 2 weeks.
All right, just edit that
Okay.
out. Put 2 months
Exactly.
in.
Some of us had 2 weeks, and some of us had 2 months.
We like to challenge
We
ourselves.
will not let you know who had 2 months and who had 2 weeks.
I think you just did. We like to challenge ourselves, and both musically and thematically. It's just kind of part of our personality.
Got it.
It comes out in our music. So
Cool. So you guys are definitely one of the most ambitious, I'd say, bands out in the scene today. In your opinion, what would you say sets you guys apart from any other artist that's out there?
Work ethic.
Yeah.
Opinion.
That is an opinion.
I'm punctual.
Opinion.
We work well under pressure.
Okay, wait.
Good.
Hold on. Fact from Kurt.
Fact. We are a band.
We are a band, unlike many other bands out there.
We are
Unlike
a band.
birds, we're a band.
We are a band.
We are a band.
What sets us? It's hard to look at yourself objectively and think what sets you apart. I guess.
I mean, we all have really good haircuts.
Except me. Well,
Opinion.
I have the best because my
No, fact.
my hair is the most.
Okay, fine. Fact.
My hair is the most.
Yeah.
cut.
No. Joe.
I'll say
Anyway.
the work ethic thing again because honestly, we talked to plenty of people in the industry, plenty of other bands, and the rate at which we like keep up our work ethic, business ethic, are just
Yeah.
we keep a higher standard for ourselves, and I objectively noticed from other bands and other industry people that I think sets us apart.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like a lot of people have noticed this about us, in that we are an extremely frugal band, and that I think that has helped us in a lot of ways, and that we honestly don't stay at hotels ever when we're on tour,
We don't stay at hotels.
which is crazy.
It's hard, but we've also
really
met
bad.
we've also met some amazing people who've let us stay with them, and we owe so much to them. And I mean,
So many good people around.
so many good people.
Yeah.
I wish can we just name them all?
Yeah, go for it.
No, we won't. We won't name them. There's a lot of them.
Daniel Ramirez. He's
Nick
amazing.
Sterling.
He's in Austin.
Forrest Wright.
Forrest Wright and the Wright family.
Forrest Wright.
Oh, we should just start because we can't stop.
Yeah, if we
Yeah,
start, we
yeah.
can't
We
say them
can't
all.
stop.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So tell me a little bit about the artwork for No Place.
I feel like it's the best personification that we were able to find with our artists that we're literally going to go with. Like Bradley Edwards is our dude, and he did Conversation Piece.
Oh, yeah.
He did
Yeah.
some of our merch designs. He also did this record, and we have been relaying lyrics and concepts and everything to him and going back and forth, and it's a beautiful relationship, and it's a beautiful product. It definitely represents our music, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the art represents what we try.
So like kind of like there's a beauty to it, but there's it's still like a chaos. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to go on, but it's
He's good at
still
that.
really beautiful to look at.
He's good at that. And
Cool.
He cares very much about. I would say he is at this point just as important to the process of this band as say Chris Crummett is for producing and engineering us.
Yeah.
He is like another. These are people that are not necessarily musicians in the band, but might as well be sort of another limb, another
Yeah.
band member.
They're another part of the team.
He amends certain like contracts for us based on like, yo man, let me get a hoodie and a
Yeah.
CD. You know what I mean? Like I will do this other thing for you because I love it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful relationship. We love that guy. I actually haven't even met him.
No, he's elusive.
He's
I knew him growing up, and
Joe knew him.
he moved to New York City, and he does children's books and comic books and all kinds of things.
Wow.
And I hit him up out of the blue after not talking to him for a while, and he agreed to do it, and he's just been a staple for us. So
That's awesome.
The craziest part about this album artwork is that we had a few ideas of what we wanted to happen, but like we really had no idea how to translate them to him.
Yeah.
So ultimately we like gave him some ideas, and then Corey and Kurt actually wrote out a synopsis of what each song is about, and gave him the lyrics and gave him the music, and just said like, you know, based off of like the emotions you feel from this, and based off of the concepts, like just come up with something. And
Cool.
he gave us something that exceeded all of our expectations.
literally
Yeah.
after saying, do what you feel is best, because after our ideas.
Because we had an idea, well, Corey had an idea, and it was a really cool idea. It really was, but it didn't, I don't think he quite grasped
Well, no,
it.
he grasped it, but what we learned is that even though we have some good ideas, we're not the artist, and that's where the line is drawn. Where we're the musicians, we've got these ideas, but it's so funny how when we finally said, "Hey man, take it and run with it, do whatever you want," literally days later, I got in my email inbox the full sketch that is the album artwork now, and that's just what he dreamt up on his own accord. And it's usually when we let him run with something on his own that he does his best work.
It's incredible.
We looked at it too, and we were like, you know, oh shit, there's a spider on the top of the house because of the lyrics of Attic, and oh my god, there's like a completely disturbed face on a mirror because of, you know, next to Ungodliness, another song, and there's a mother and father like that you can see inside the house somehow, you know, that is just connected to these like you know, like it's like a static to the television and shit, and based on our lyrics, like we're really really happy because he was able to just go every single
all out and do it. Yeah.
The balcony too, like there's this like what is it, like it's like a face, like, and it looks like it's like, you know, trying to jump off the balcony, you know, and just every aspect, it is beautiful.
That's incredible.
He even incorporated some of the characters from the last record too within like the basement and everything that
very
that
cool
was under it.
Got it. Nice.
It's just a really good relationship.
It's awesome. Yeah, so actually speaking of the lyrics, I was going to say, I feel like I'm listening to a story when I listen to the songs that you guys put together. And I mean, they hit home and they're really profound. Where does your lyrical inspiration come from?
Me and Corey talk a lot about stuff. We talk a lot about our past, and we talk a lot about our future, and we talk a lot about everything, and I don't know.
Just kind of comes from life then.
Yeah.
From those experiences.
I mean, all of my lyrics in everything that I've done kind of reflects somehow.
Yeah.
Even conceptual stuff like just an idea. You still have your own take on it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because Conversation Piece was a completely different process from No Place, whereas conversation piece, Kurt and I had just started to meet each other, and so in order to work together, we immediately like mapped out our whole lives and where our similarities were. And conversation piece was pretty much like an amalgamation of like where we had been separately, but where they came together. And so we were completely one kind of entity on conversation piece. We were speaking about the same exact thing in every single song. Whereas No Place, there would be the theme for the room, and where he took it lyrically would sometimes be completely separate from where I would take it lyrically. And so it was more of a divergence in a black and white. For instance, there's songs like Hand Over Mouth Over and Over, where he is much more of an intimate look at a relationship, whereas mine is much less intimate and darker. And so it was cool to be able to finally like work in a way where we separated, but we're working towards the same goal.
Yeah, incredible. So the spoken word tracks as well on this record, I feel like they really made it stand out. What made you guys decide to want to incorporate spoken word tracks into your music?
It's so funny that everybody is like, this is a new element to a lot like.
I mean, I can't speak so much for the vocalist, but I know Corey's been doing it forever. Like since he and I started playing music together, it's been part of his deal. Before he even started being in a band, like one of my earliest memories of him, like as like seeing his artistic side, was him doing a spoken word like poetry reading, and he had this fucking binder page of poetry that he was just standing up there just reading, going on and on and on. It was just, that's just kind of what he's been doing.
Yeah.
It's no secret that Corey has like just a raw talent for,
He's a wordsmith.
He is. Yeah. It's like
Better term.
he's crafting a sword with words and a shield.
Yeah.
It's like, and perhaps a helmet and everything else, but. It's no secret that he's been able to do that for a while.
I mean, you heard him talk earlier. He's been talking
his voice, it's so beautiful.
His next feature is book on tape.
Nice. So this was something that stuck out to me with this record. The tracks 2 and 3 on the record are entitled No Nature and No Nurture. Is there a way that both the songs kind of tie into each other since they have a similarity with the name?
You would like to think that, wouldn't you?
All of the songs tie into each other.
Yeah.
No Nature and No Nurture don't necessarily have like a stronger connection with each other than any of the other two songs.
I feel like they're just polar opposites.
Yeah, exactly.
Opposites.
Yeah.
No Nature had to do with the fact that since it was in the basement and it was all more like otherworldly, it was supernatural.
Straight up black magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It made sense to have that be No Nature, whereas No Nurture had to deal with the fact that you had nothing
and the
raising you. So
Cool.
yeah.
So it's kind of like the Jekyll and Hyde
The
kind
songs
of thing. Yeah.
themselves are complete contrast to black and white. Yeah, their elements are, in my opinion, just complete opposites. But it's awesome that way.
Awesome. So the next 2 questions I ask to every artist that I interview. The first one is, what kind of message would you like fans to walk away with after listening to your music?
I'm just happy that you listen to it, honestly. Just listen to it, and tell your friends, that's all. We want to be doing this for a long time, and, we just want to affect people.
Well, my opinion is I would really like people to take anything possible for themselves from what I've created. I think that every single person who listens to every song that's ever been written takes something different, a little different.
Yeah.
And I know that the
They
things we
definitely
create are going to be taken in a million different ways, and that's what we want. That's what I want anyway. It's just for
We want a plethora, if you will.
plethora.
I personally want to, move people and to relate to people in a deeper way than, they feel in their everyday life, and to challenge people. The artists I respect the most, they honestly changed my perspective on music in ways that it can be creative, and I often hope. I mean, it's an ambitious hope, but I hope that I can touch upon things that are gray or are still being formed in the music world, and hope that that inspires other people to do that.
Absolutely.
And I myself, I've always sort of aspired to inspire people for positive reasons. I don't want people to go do bad shit, but obviously, take something from the music we create and work it to your benefit in your life. Because I've always had that help me out with music in the past. People always say music saves lives. Like whether you believe that or not, it has saved some people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's at the extreme end of it. But if we can inspire people to better themselves, whether it's artistically or just everyday life, or even just to better their mood because they're listening to music they like.
Positive brain activity.
It's no secret that our music isn't a tap on the shoulder. It's a sledgehammer. It's kind of how we gear it, is to be heavy.
That's what we're trying to do.
Not heavy, not heavy, but heavy thematic things. Because we want to affect people. We want people to take something heavy.
We don't want this record to be like your favorite record the first time you listen to it. If it's your favorite record the first time you listen to it, you're doing it wrong. You need to listen to this record more than 20 times in order to finally grasp it. In my humblest way of saying it.
Yeah.
This record is not just some record you put in. You have to listen to it a lot.
It's one you have to digest.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mikey hit on the head of the challenge. Challenge the audience. You want to.
Yep.
You don't look at art and go you have to be able to analyze it, in my opinion. Art should be something where we actually had this discussion in the van the other day, where whether or not art can be viewed as, I was saying whether art has more value as entertainment or as an artistic, overall achievement. So.
And how subjective art is in those arguments.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Great. And the next question. And then the next question was, what does music mean to you?
Music is the most emotional and passionate form of arts, arguably so. You can't watch a sad part of a movie and start tearing up without the music. It could be the saddest thing in the world, like Old Yeller dying. You're not going to tear up unless that score is there, prompting you to cry.
Music is, to me, it's. Well, I will first touch upon the fact that people go through their lives. There's some people that just don't even care about music. They go through their lives and not, even. There's just people that aren't music people.
They just kind of digest whatever's on the radio whenever they get a chance to turn it on.
Yeah, whatever they hear, they just kind of go, oh, that's cool or whatever. I just never have been that way. I've always wanted to figure out what was the best. What was the best songwriting or the best melodies or the best drummer or the best guitar player. And music to me is it's everything. It really is.
I think there's a book I really like called The Romantic Manifesto, and the author explains that talks about romanticism and why art exists in the first place. And something that I related to, and something that I took from the book was, mankind. When we develop our ideas, our beliefs, our values, our ethics, all the things that sort of comprise our souls, or whatever you want to call them in our lives, we have this constant desire and sometimes struggle, and we'll put forth enormous amounts of effort to try to explain them to ourselves and to the world around us. And so expression, when we're expressing something, in me as a drummer, it's funny because as a drummer, I'm not writing lyrics, and I'm not even writing notes necessarily. But it's funny to me that even in trying to express who I am and my belief structure and my ideas and things, that stuff still comes out even in a rhythmic nature. And I know that for everyone, in my opinion, for everyone here, that stuff comes out. It's this overwhelming desire to spill your guts sort of thing. And spilling your guts is this sort of confirmation, of what you're feeling inside. So
Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, music is a lifelong expression.
Absolutely.
I've always appreciated music for music as an art form is especially moving to myself, because what I appreciate most about a really great work of literature, a really great painting, a really great piece of music, anything, any art form, is that it touches me on a level that I can't explain fully. It like moves me in a way that is hard to put into words. So like I could listen to an artist that doesn't even have words that I relate to, just literally a mathematical pattern that somehow communicated to me something that I was relating to emotionally.
Yeah.
And like that ability in such a vague, like ineffable force is beautiful and something I strive to be able to make for myself.
I suppose the connection we have to music when we listen to it is almost impossible to explain, really,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, because it also has a therapeutic element for me as well.
Absolutely.
Like it's a it's an outlet to
That's
It's
something
spiritual at the
science.
same time.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like if you see us up on
Therapeutic.
stage, like you could directly
Spiritual.
compare the activity on stage to that of like ancient Aboriginal tribes that are dancing around a drum circle at a fire. They're literally like casting out their demons and expressing themselves and performing this piece as a way to show off their appreciation for the outside.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this for ourselves as much as we're doing it for the audience out there as well. And so we're kind of given this opportunity to perform and have an outlet. And I mean, I don't think everybody will agree with me, but it's kind of a spiritual outlet as well.
It's almost
everything.
in like every religion that mankind has ever been a part of. I mean,
Yeah.
musical rituals are, in literally every religion, I feel like, almost.
Which
I
is
mean-
which is how they,
Yeah.
which is how man tries to express what he's feeling.
Trying, exactly, express to his God or to
Cathartic.
anything else.
Yeah.
A cathartic expression from the creator and the listener equally,
Absolutely.
So actually, I don't know if I could keep on going, but there was a
Interview.
yeah. I think this is really interesting. I forget the quote exactly, but somebody said along the lines of, artists are, I'm gonna fucking butcher this.
It's okay.
The closest one can feel to a god is being an artist, because they are the ones who feel the burden of creation. And that there, like, there's another quote, I think it was Picasso said, an artist never finishes his work, he only abandons it.
Da Vinci.
What is it?
I think it was Da Vinci.
Okay,
Da Vinci?
Wait, no.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's a quote
matter.
that exists.
Some
Somebody said
Italian
Google it
dude.
for. However, I
Some
do.
Italian guy.
You think about it that way, and like the burden of creation. You have this piece that you have created, and you have to let it go, and it has to go out into the world, into the universe, and it has to go out on its own. So I guess that's another part of the spiritual aspect of it. I'm
Yeah.
getting really, really deep here.
No, it's all good. It's good. That makes for a great interview. So, well, that's all I got. But thank you guys very much for being here to take the time to do the interview.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Oh, I did this from night.
I thought I put my shirt up here too. And I was like, oh, this will be cool. I'll go over here and grab my shirt. Like, sorry, I'm not even in here.
Make sure you listen to night.
What's up?
Everybody go listen to Night.
Everybody listen to night.
Night Versus.
That video?
Yeah.
Edit me out of that.
Outtakes.
Edit him out of it.
No, but
Outtakes.